So the first one is the title of the text, and it's really the title of the picture. It's called 口若悬河. This is a river there. 口若悬河. Literally, 口 mouth, whatever coming out of the mouth is like. 若 is like, okay? As if. That's what it means. Okay. 悬河, 悬 is hanging river. Okay, the 河 is river, of course. So the mouth, whatever coming out of the mouth is like a hanging river. You know, non-stop. You can't stop it. So metaphor 形容能言善辩. Metaphor for someone who is is full of words. What's the slang word? I learned this when I was in Motorola. Some bag. What is a bag? I don't remember the first word now.
Chatterbox.
Chatterbox is one of them. Yeah, chatterbox. That's another one. There's somehow some other very Scottish kind of saying. Probably I will come to me later. I'll tell you later. 说话滔滔不绝. 滔滔 very often is used to describe water. 滔滔江水 is often used as a description for river water. There's a very famous movie star called 周星驰. I don't think 周星驰. Okay, he's as famous as Jackie Chan, really, but you probably have not heard of him, right? It's Steve Chow.
I think you did mention him before.
Chow, I don't know which spelling he would have. Okay, and he's being a Hong Kong movie star also goes along the kind of comedy line quite a lot, and he, I think, made a movie called The King of Comedy, which is very famous for me. And he has a saying which goes like, admiration for you, for example, right, is like 滔滔江水. So let's say 如滔滔江水延绵不绝. He has this saying kind of repeated a few times in his movies. So that gets picked up as a more like a cultural meme, let's say, sound, like, you know, the picture of the sound. He said in his movie that my admiration for you is like 滔滔江水, is like running river water, and it goes on and on and on, basically. Okay? 延绵不绝, non-stop, right? So it'll be funny there. So 口若悬河, let's say in itself, of course. Right, who's going to go for a reading of this example
then? 他正在口若悬河地讲着新鲜事.
Very good. 正在口若悬河地讲着新鲜事.
那个人的口才非常好，说起话来口若悬河.
Very good. 口才 speaking talent, ability to speak. 口才非常好，说起话来口若悬河. Very good. 追根问底. 追根问底. 追 is to chase the root. Ask the bottom, literally, okay, the bottom of a barrel, right? Okay. This is a 追究根源 is to search for the root causes. That's what it means. Okay. Search for the roots, the root causes. Right. Great.
他什么事都喜欢追根问底。
什么事都喜欢追根问底. Is there any character you're not sure of? 追根 is a root.
Yeah.
No problem. Okay. Yeah.
学习汉语也要有追根问底的精神.
Very good. 精神 spirit, or way.
They're like essence?
Essence, this spirit, really. I mean, you've got a mindset in a way. A mindset to ask. Right. 第3条，有条有理，有条有理，有条理。So this is one of these sort of structure idiom. 条理 very often is used as a phrase, as here, as 就是有条理。So the explanation 就是 means that is. Okay? 有条理 so 就是 shouldn't really be left here. It should be just 有条理，有条有理 means 有条理。Okay? 什么叫条？什么叫理？条 is a strip. Okay? Very often we talk about when we go through reasoning and all that, we tend to lay out and almost like strip by strip. Yeah. So I guess that's probably why 一条道理 you can say that. So 条 in a way, I don't know exactly why it's called a 条理, but 条 very often is itself, the base meaning of this character is a strip. I guess we probably can take it on like as if almost to give it a visual, because 理 itself is a reason, it's rather abstract, right? 条理.
What's that noise?
This is the fireworks outside. You hear? Like a gun sound. Is that what you're hearing? So 有条有理就是有条理 is very clear, very well reasoned. Okay? Here we go.
他的工作做得有条有理。
工作做得有条有理。What he does, he works in a very methodical way. That's effectively what that is. Okay? He's methodical with his work.
他是一个做事情有条有理的人。
有条有理的人 Yeah, very good. Next one. 头头是道。头头是道。Next one. 头头是道。
头头是道。
说话做事情很有条理。Again, same along the similar line there as the one above. 有条理。头头是道。头头是道。Effectively as kind of good, a very well reasoned approach. Somebody who speaks or who does things in a very well reasoned approach, right? So.
他说的头头是道。
Yeah, 他说的头头是道。Sometimes it's got this very slight negative connotation. It almost like symbolize somebody probably is better talking than, in this case, right? 说的头头是道 better talking than doing. Okay? So you probably should be cautious, trusting the person. It doesn't mean you shouldn't trust the person, but you probably be careful, be cautious. Okay? Sure.
这个孩子年龄 is it?
Yeah, 年
龄不大，可是说得很好，头头是道的。
Yeah, 可是说得很好，头头是道的。年龄不大，可是说得很好，头头是道。Yeah, so when somebody is young, you tend to treat them to be not so reasoned, well, not so kind of well spoken. Probably somebody who's not able to see big picture yet, not able to put things together, but the person is exceptional in that case. So has got this very minor connotation, indicating it's quite unexpected of the child. Okay.
I think it's something that's generally fair because usually you just get more and more practice with speaking and you'll kind of pick up, like if you're in work or if you're in, I don't know, maybe some kind of official situation or formal situation, especially then you tend to pick up over the years, I think, that well, I didn't say that right, or I didn't say that very well, or that didn't get the message across, and so you become more and more well spoken as you get older, hopefully.
The funny thing is, when a child is very young, they have no fear, and they don't really care too much. and they tend to be quite, quite good coming forward with what they have in their mind. But when they grow older, teenage times becomes more self-conscious, and they become shy, and they tend not to come forward with things. And then as you grow older and older, I think when you get to a certain stage, certain age, like, I don't know, maybe 40, okay, I think you tend not to care too much either, because you tend to be the thing you know what you need to know. You don't know everything, but yeah, it's a very interesting part of the developmental psychology, I suppose. How people see the world in a different way. Next one, 能言善辩。能言善辩。能言善辩。Capable of speaking and good at arguing. 辩 is arguing. Debating, you can say. 言 is simply speaking. So 能言善辩. Of course, when we debate, argue, we use language. We need to use speech to do that. I guess 言 and 辩 is together there. But in terms of meaning, 言 is more plain speaking, 辩 is more argumentative speaking. Okay? 擅长言辞，擅长这个擅和这个善 not the same character, but I suppose there's a similar meaning here. Excuse me. Interesting enough. 擅长is very good at doing something. While 善辩 is, I suppose, also means good at doing something. This particular character, 善, has got a meaning of kind. Okay, but that's a different meaning. In this case, it means good at something. Okay, 擅长言辞，擅长辩论。言辞 speech, 辩论 is debate. So, but interesting. Sometimes you can have modern Chinese has got more characters. Very often, the two characters can be represented. Sorry, not picking up that. So, 言辞 is really same thing as 言。辩论 is really same thing as 辩. Okay, so you can see idioms tend to be very concentrated. They use characters, and yet it's got to people understand what it's all about. Okay? 能言善辩. How about me with this?
我们总经理能言善辩，你说不过他。
Yeah, 你说不过他，说不过 is you will not win over him by speaking. 说不过 okay? 说不过他。The opposite is 说得过他。Okay? In an argument, if you're having an argument, one side wins, the other side doesn't win. So the side who wins, 说得过 the other side. If the side loses, is the side the person 说不过另外一个人。Okay?
Yeah.
How about next one,
他是能言善辩的人。
他是能言善辩的人。Okay? Another one, 滔滔不绝. Did we not go through
This
that?
was above. It was in the description, I think.
Oh, right. Okay. Description. Okay. What was the original one? Remember? 口若悬河. 口若悬河 is explained by 滔滔不绝. Now we have 滔滔不绝. I wonder whether the explanation is 口若悬河 now. Well, you see there's a 口若悬河. Anyway, okay, go on. 滔滔不绝, sorry, same meaning basically as 口若悬河. Right? 语话多. And 连续不断. Yeah. Okay. So, same meaning as 口若悬河 in a way. 话多, I think there's a very good word in English, verbose. Okay. Sorry, carry on. Marie, do you want to go with the example?
他今天口若悬河，滔滔不绝。
Okay.
他滔滔不绝的给我们 讲着 or 讲着 okay
yeah, in here the word 给 is a very important verb. Okay, so 滔滔不绝的给我们讲的 in a sense, I don't know whether you can almost feel it's a more emphasized character.
他滔滔不绝的给我们讲着
Very good. 给我们讲的 so you can hear if there's an accent for the whole sentence, it would be there. You see what I mean? 他滔滔不绝的给我们讲的 Okay, next one. 浩浩荡荡 Very interesting phrase with a sound 荡 Give it a very clear, loud sound, isn't it? 浩浩荡荡 浩浩荡荡 refers to water being in a very kind of strong flowing with a strong current. 泛指 means generally refer to 广阔或者壮大 refers to a very broad view of the water or something. Okay? As if just like a very strong current of water running toward a certain direction. So here, as an example, read.
浩浩荡荡的长江奔腾向东
浩浩荡荡的长江 So you want to make sure the 荡荡 is read quite clearly, which we did. 浩浩荡荡的长江奔腾向东 By the way, 浩浩 must Yang Yang's son must have this character as his name.
That's nice.
浩浩荡荡 And Joa.
运动员队伍浩浩荡荡的通过主席台。
运动队员队伍
哦，对，
运动队员队伍运动员队伍 sorry 运动员队伍浩浩荡荡的通过主席台。队伍 is columns, basically sports athletes columns. You know, when you have them line up like soldiers, they pass by 通过主席台 pass by the podium, okay, for the chairman. 浩浩荡荡 is like flowing through in a very, I guess, spirited way in a way, like a flood. Okay. Here I probably can mention a very famous saying by this chap Sun Zhongshan. You know who he is, yeah? He said something like 世界潮流浩浩荡荡 世界潮流 OK, 看到浩浩荡荡顺之者昌逆之者亡 Here. Okay. Who is Sun Zhongshan again?
He's the National Party leader.
Okay, yeah, he's a George Washington of China, or People's Republic of China. Back in 1911, he was leading, or before that, he was leading the revolution for many years to overthrow the last emperor, overthrow the imperial government of the day, and he succeeded. So he was the first president of the Republic of China. So he had this advice to the imperial court. That's probably what he said. I don't know exactly which year he said it. So what that means is 世界潮流 the world current, okay, the trend, what's happening in the world, right, is like river, okay, flowing 浩浩荡荡, right? It's a very strong current, very strong. 顺之者昌，逆之者亡. If you follow it, okay, follow the current, 顺之 is referring to the 潮流 current. If you follow it, whoever follows it is going to prosper. 昌 逆之者亡 If you go against the current, you're going to die. You're not going to survive. Okay, so it's quite a good, clear message there. 世界潮流浩浩荡荡，顺之者昌，逆之者亡。Worth remembering that one.
What did that 奔腾 mean?
奔腾 is flowing, running. 奔腾 running, okay, it's galloping. Okay, so 奔腾 very often is actually used to describe horses galloping toward the certain direction, so from one end to the other, from one side to the other side. 奔腾, okay.
Right.
Next one. 川流不息。川流不息。川, we know, what does the 川 mean to you?
Area? Is it? No, it's I don't know. I remember Sichuan.
Sichuan. Chuan means river. Right?
Oh, okay.
Sichuan is 4 rivers. Okay, a province with 4 rivers running through. 川流不息。川流 river running non-stop, literally. Okay, 川流不息. That's describing something which goes on non-stop. So very often it's used as a metaphor or as a description for people or vehicles, horses, etc. going on the road non-stop, like water, 像水流一样延续不断. Yeah, that is actually very true. If you go onto an M8 motorway in Scotland or M6 in England, vehicles would go like water non-stop, just non-stop. Very difficult to cross a motorway on foot. So, example.
Yeah. 每天早晨这个十字路口川流不息。
Yeah, 这个十字路口川流不息. This crossroad has got a non-stop traffic. So this one you don't even see the character, the traffic. Okay, you can say 汽车川流不息. You can say that. Cars going through non-stop. You don't even need to say that.
Is 十字 just like the name of the road?
No, it's not the name though. It's a description of a crossroad. So 十字.
Oh, do you need that back? I thought 路口 was like a crossroad anyway.
路口 is a junction, really. So a crossroad junction is a specific type. You can have a T junction. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can say 梯字形路口,十字路口. So 十字路口, you've got traffic going kind of both sides going through. T, of course, doesn't really, has one end, doesn't have a traffic like we going down Preston Road. Yeah.
Can you say that for anything that's like this 十字 shape, cross shape? Can you say it's like 十字 so and so?
十字路口 is a common one, of course. I don't know whatever the well, I mean, of course, the common one is you use it for 十字架. Okay, 十字架, the cross shape. Yeah,
that's what they call like the Christian cross. It's the 十字架.
十字架, yeah.
Oh, okay.
十字架. So 教堂上挂着一个十字架. You can say, yeah, on the church, it hangs the cross. 十字架. So you need a 架 to show it's a cross in the Christian sense. So 十字 itself is not sufficient. Although this 架 is I guess has a similar is referring to the cross used as a kind of gallows kind of purpose. You see what I mean? So 十字 itself just means a cross, but 十字架 more specifically refers to the Christian cross in a sense. Okay, so 十字 itself means really the shape of 10, shape in Chinese 10.
Yeah.
Right.
这里有川流不息的人群。
这里有川流不息的人群 yeah.
人群
yeah, 人群. That's about like a Shanghai street. You've got a lot of people going all the time. I mentioned to you this joke about certain Americans suffers from depression. and his depression gets cured when he gets to Shanghai or Beijing because he sees so many people. When he gets back to the US, wherever, must be a relatively quiet part of the US, he always suffers from depression. So 川流不息的人群 has probably enough energy in them to cure people of depression. Something to remember. That one,
I always feel like some people are very stressed out by being in the city, but some people are not. I know some people like they talk about during the lockdown, they miss like busy cities and things like that. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the thing, actually, people are locked up in their home. Very many of them apparently suffer from depression. I guess, the very fact that I think depression really often happens when people are too focused on themselves. They're too kind of looking inward. While if you have a lot of people on the street, you have to be very mindful not bump into them. So you have no time to look inward to yourself. You've got to look out people on the street, don't you think? That's a good explanation.
Yeah. Well, also because they're stuck in the house not doing anything. It's not surprising, I don't think.
I don't understand people like that, but there are definitely people like that. I mean, I've got so many books I cannot go through. I just don't have enough time. Even if I live if I live 10 times over, I can't go through all the books I want to read. But I know people who are very desperate. They can't figure out what to do with themselves. Next one, 热泪盈眶。热泪盈眶。热泪 hot tears. Okay? Hot tears. 盈眶 盈 is full of the eye socket. Here, this 眶 is 眼眶。眼眶眼 I don't know why this is the fourth tone, but it is the fourth tone in this phrase, in this idiom. Normally I would say 眼眶, okay. But never, that's beside the point. So tears filling the eyes, effectively, okay? And the meaning is a descriptive idiom for 因为非常高兴、感激或者悲伤而流的眼泪在眼眶。So you got tears in the eyes, whether it's because you're happy or whether you're very grateful, whether you're very sad, doesn't matter. It's just a descriptive idiom referring to the fact that you've got tears full of your eyes are full of tears. Okay? And
听到这个好消息，他 something 动的热泪盈
激动
的热泪盈眶。
听到这个好消息，他激动的热泪盈眶。Something which she's been waiting for a long time, maybe, and maybe she's passed a certain exam, or maybe she's won lottery or whatever. Very happy. 激动 is excited. Very excited.
Okay.
So excited that her eyes are full of tears, full of hot tears, of course. You don't need to worry about hot too much, but it's full of tears. And
我高兴的热泪盈眶。
这个 should be 第四声 okay? We'll follow that. It's a 框 It should be, in this idiom should be 第四声 So you want to try again?
盈眶，我高兴的热泪盈眶。
Very good. 我高兴的热泪盈眶。眶 okay? 乌 on 框 You need to
眶
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you got to the 框 whole thing. Yeah? 我高兴的
盈眶
Yeah, very good. Next one. 断断续续。断 is broken. 续 is continuing. So mixing the two together is occasionally sometimes it's broken, sometimes is continuing. So it's about like sometimes we make phone calls online, signal is not very good. So 时而中断，时而继续。中断 is broken, stopped in the middle. Okay, middle stop, stopped in the middle, sound wise usually. Okay, 继续 you gotta read very carefully this phrase, right? 继续 the phrase. Wow, this two together is 续续, okay? 继续 means continue. If you interrupt someone and then you finish whatever you say, then you can say them, 你继续请继续 please continue. Okay? 例如 examples.
在这里可以听到断断续续的读书声。
Very good. 这里可以听到断断续续的读书声。OK，
他的话断断续续。
Yeah， 他的话断断续续。This can be because somebody who's too upset to tell a coherent story. Okay, maybe they've just been frightened. They saw someone being killed by a terrorist, for example. They're trying to tell the police, and they're not able to. So that can happen, right? So 断断续续. Maybe the person is sobbing, so is not able to be very coherent. Okay. Next one. 饮水思源. Very good. Idiom. Very good. So 饮水, drinking water. 思源, thinking of the source of the water, where it comes from. Okay?
Does it, yeah.
Sorry,
does it mean thinking about what you're consuming? Or?
Yeah, thinking where it comes from. Thinking who you should be thankful for. Good one, isn't it? So, 喝水的时候想到水的来源. Literally means when you drink water, you think of where the water comes from. And sometimes I do that because I know there's a reservoir above Western Road where we get our water from. Doesn't mean very much. We pay for it, but I feel quite happy because I know we're very close to the water source, and the waterman, once he came here to take a water sample, that I tell you, and he told me that the closer you are to the source of the water, the better the quality of the water.
So I didn't know that.
Right? And,
that's good.
Yeah, that's quite good. So our one is very close, and so he was very congratulating us. So that makes me quite happy. But 饮水思源 doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that you should be happy when you have clean water. You should be, but a metaphor, 比喻, metaphor is for 人在幸福的时候不忘幸福的来源. Okay? When you're happy, you should remember why or how come you can be happy. Okay? Happy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, very good. Slightly, yeah, it's got a bit of a Chinese cultural inkling on this one, this idiom, right? Example.
咱们不能忘本应该饮水思源。
Yep. 咱们不能忘本啊，忘本 forget the base in a way. Okay, this, where you're from. We should not forget where we're from. 应该饮水思源. Okay?
我们公司能有今天全靠总经理。大家要饮水思源啊。
OK， 我们公司能有今天全靠总经理，大家要饮水思源。To be honest with you, I think this example is slightly not right. I think people probably wouldn't say that. We all know if the meaning is that our company has developed so well. That is totally down to the general manager, 总经理. Okay, everybody would know that a general manager cannot do everything, and he's certainly not the source of the whole thing. I would imagine. Personally, I don't say anything like that. So this concocted, slightly kind of, it would sound to me quite fake, but it's just an example. 种类多或有意思，也说丰富多彩。So 彩 has got two ways to write the sound. So it's either 彩, this is more colorful. I think the same thing really, but I think people tend to use this one more because this 采 has more of a verb meaning, is to pick, like 采花 is to pick up things, harvest things. So this, I think this is more common. Personally, I don't really use that. Same meaning. 丰富多彩. So let's see. 我的 sorry
that's fine. 我的业余生活丰富多彩。
我的业余生活丰富多彩。业余生活 refers to life outside of normal work or study. Okay, so you've got a professional life and then 业余 life. What's the English word equivalent? So referring to people who going on, who may be engaged in sports activities, athletic activities, or going
curricular.
Huh?
Extracurricular.
Extracurricular, that's more referring to the student, but for professional
Hobbies.
Yeah, I can't really think what you call it after school. They say extracurricular, but people, I don't know. There should be a word, but I've never really come across one.
So 业余, so 业 is profession. 业余 is left over from profession. So 业余 means outside of your profession. So the non-professional life. 丰富多彩, okay? 业余 that's a good phrase too, okay?
丰富多彩的课余生活让我学到了不少汉语知识。
Very good. 丰富多彩的业余生活让我学到了不少汉语知识。这个知识 I suppose you can
knowledge, I thought.
Without a tone, 知识。
知识。
Yeah, knowledge, yeah. 知识。So because I've engaged with lots of extracurricular activities, 课余生活，这个生活 is a very general word, okay? Refer to 生活 it means life, but really activities. Okay? 课余生活 you see 业余课余 so 课余 is extracurricular. 课 is exactly curricular. Okay? 课余 is extracurricular outside of okay?
Is that quite a natural thing to say, like in conversation to someone?
课余生活 yeah, that is a very
okay.
Or you can say 课外活动课外活动 So you can say 你有哪些课外活动啊 For pupils, you probably I mean you had piano lessons, that sort of thing, all they're part of your 课外活动 So when you went to choir, singing, choir, and what have you, that's all dancing classes or 课外活动 okay? Which is exactly extracurricular activities, yeah?
Yeah.
The sentence is saying 丰富多彩 I've got a variety of extracurricular activities, and I've learned a lot of Chinese language from these activities. Next one, 雅俗共赏 雅 is Joel's name, 雅的雅 俗 雅 is cultured, highbrow thing. 俗 is lowbrow thingies, lowbrow cultural thingies in a way, okay? 俗 共赏 jointly enjoy, 共 is together, and 赏 is appreciate. Okay? 文化高的人和文化低的人都能欣赏。So it's something, it's a descriptive idiom, refer to something which people can enjoy and appreciate, whether you are very cultured, whether you're not so cultured. Okay? So, example here.
这首歌可以说是雅俗共赏。
这首歌可以说是雅俗共赏。This song everyone will like, will enjoy. Okay? Whether you've got you're a very cultured person or otherwise.
我喜欢读雅俗共赏的雅俗共赏的书。
我喜欢读雅俗共赏的书。Yeah, good. Next one. 汗流浃背。汗流浃背，形容 descriptive idiom 形容汗出的多，湿透了背上的衣服。Describing so much sweat that makes the clothes on the back totally wet. Totally. That's quite interesting. Some people have suggested that either English is copied to Chinese or Chinese copied to English. But this is a very good example. Toe means totally. Total. Toe.
Yeah.
That's toe. 湿透了. So completely wet. Okay? Totally wet. So much. This is referring to lots very sweaty. 例如
这大热的天，我已经汗流浃背了。
我已经汗流浃背了。这大热的天，我已经汗流浃背了。Have you ever had an experience of a hot day when you're very sweaty?
Yeah.
Ever?
Yeah.
In China?
Yeah. China, Thailand. Yeah.
In Singapore for Joel.
Singapore.
Many
wet all the time.
Oh no. you shudder when you think about that.
Yeah. I think when we were in Thailand, this would have been so useful anytime, I was in it, or any of us were in a hot country. But a lot of them use these methylated talcum powder. So it's very cool. It goes onto your skin and it's not just like dry powder. It also, I don't know how it does it actually. I need to look it up, but it's like menthol. It's like very menthol. I think that's what you call it, mentholated, which is, it's called, I need to look it up. It's like snake powder, they call it, but it's just cooling white talc powder, and it's really good.
Oh, did you use it?
It makes it bearable. Yeah, it makes it bearable. You actually feel, you feel hot, but you don't feel sticky.
I never heard of that being done before, but I know talcum powder, of course, people use it. I mean, parents sometimes use it on kids, babies. Because babies can be a bit sweaty and what have you, to dry, basically keep the skin dry instead of sweaty all the time.
Yeah.
And interesting product. 自娱自乐，自娱自乐，自己娱乐，自娱自乐 means 自己娱乐。Very simple structure again. 自娱自乐。You can see idioms are quite simple very often. 娱乐 is entertainment, so self-entertaining, entertaining himself, entertaining oneself. Okay? Example.
我不喜欢人多，喜欢一个人一边喝茶一边看电影。
电视，
这就叫自娱自乐。Sorry.
自娱自乐 yeah. 电视 is the TV. Okay? 电影 is movie. 电视我不喜欢人多，喜欢一个人一边喝茶一边看电视，这就叫自娱自乐。Okay? Anything you're not sure of?
No, that's fine.
That's good.
喝茶也可以自娱自乐。
喝茶也可以自娱自乐。
也可以自娱自乐。
喝茶也可以自娱自乐 yeah. Okay? Drinking tea, it can be a form of self-entertainment. Fair enough?